The cameras flash, the crowd freezes, a casual stroll past a brightly lit McDonald's sign and the neon glow of Tokyo.
Primary colored windbreakers in a quiet, breezy Australian coastal town.
Just like that, Hollywood has a brand new obsession. Welcome to Starscope Report.
Join Jordan and Jamie as they uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame. Today, we are dissecting the headline that has the entire internet spiraling. Kendall Jenner just confirmed what fans suspected about her relationship with Jacob Elordi.
And this isn't merely a story about two incredibly famous people holding hands in public. I mean, we are watching the real-time collision of two completely different, historically opposed spheres of celebrity.
Yeah, right.
We have the cautious, almost intensely secretive beginnings. We have the supposedly ultra-snobby reason someone tried to keep the whole thing buried. And now we are witnessing a global tour that feels almost impossible to look away from.
We are tracking every single step of it today. And hold on, because later in this episode, we are unpacking a massive, wild conspiracy theory tying this entire romance to the casting of the next James Bond.
Oh, it's so crazy.
It sounds absolutely insane on the surface, but when you look closely at the mechanics of Hollywood PR and franchise casting, it will make you second-guess literally everything you see on your feed.
Yeah.
But let's trace this back to the absolute beginning.
The Coachella timeline.
Yes, April. Justin Bieber's Coachella afterparty.
Oh.
The very first whispers start popping up on gossip sites that Kendall and Jacob were making out, but honestly, that felt so contained to me.
Oh, 100%. Coachella is basically a containment zone for celebrity hookup rumors. It's dark, everyone is hiding in VIP tents, and it is incredibly easy to deny.
Yeah, you can just brush it off as a massive friend group hangout.
Exactly. Coachella is the perfect environment for a PR trial balloon. Like, if the public reacts poorly, you just pretend the lighting was bad and it never happened. But the narrative shifts entirely in May.
Right. They left the desert.
Yeah, the location changes from California to the beaches of Hawaii, and the context surrounding this trip is where things get genuinely intriguing. Think about where Jacob Elordi was actually supposed to be at that time.
He was supposed to be at the Cannes Film Festival in France.
Yes, he was slated to be on the official jury.
Which is a massive, career-defining deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Cannes jury duty is the ultimate prestige actor gig. It is the clearest way of signaling to the global film industry, like, I'm a serious artist, respect my craft.
It's a heavy mantle to carry, and he backs out.
And the official reason given to the global press.
Some reported foot injury.
Okay, wait, I have to jump in here and push back on that official story. A foot injury. That is the excuse.
That's what they went with.
You cannot sit in a plush velvet chair in the south of France and watch indie films for a week because your foot hurts. Come on.
The irony is incredibly thick, especially considering that same reported foot injury apparently did not stop him from flying across the Pacific to Hawaii and being spotted getting cozy on a beach with Kendall Jenner almost immediately after. And from what the industry insiders are reporting, this Hawaii trip was the actual catalyst for the relationship.
Like it accelerated things.
Yeah, Kendall supposedly went into the trip not expecting to fall so fast, but being isolated on an island, physically away from the relentless Los Angeles paparazzi ecosystem, it changed the dynamic entirely. The connection deepened when nobody was looking.
But even Hawaii was relatively low-key. You can still play the whole, we're just on a group vacation card if you really need to. The absolute undeniable hard launch happened in June.
In Tokyo.
Now, if you were listening to this, I want you to picture the mechanics of a traditional celebrity hard launch. Normally, it is a highly curated Instagram grid post or like a very stylized, perfectly lit red carpet debut.
Very controlled.
This was entirely different. They were walking right past a McDonald's in Shibuya wearing coordinated matching black outfits.
Shibuya Crossing is one of the most crowded, highly trafficked pedestrian areas on the planet. I mean, you do not casually stroll through there wearing matching outfits if your goal is to remain hidden.
No, you don't.
But the real kicker was the group photo at the noodle restaurant, Udon Shin. The staff there literally posted a photo with the two of them online, thanking them for coming in and eating.
See, that is what I find so brilliant from a PR perspective.
Rare.
Like if you get caught by a paparazzi long lens on the street, people might still debate if you are actually together or just, walking in the same direction.
Right. There's plausible deniability.
Exactly. But taking a smiling, posed group photo with the staff at a noodle shop, that is a deliberate surrender. You are handing the public the confirmation on a silver platter, but you are dressing it up as just a spontaneous, humble fan interaction.
It's genius.
It completely disarms the tabloids.
It is a highly effective modern strategy. You control the narrative by appearing entirely unbothered by the cameras. Which brings us to where they are right now, playing out a real time. They flew to Byron Bay, Australia.
Yeah, and for a bit of geographic context, Byron Bay is a coastal town a couple of hours south of Jacob's hometown of Brisbane.
And the occasion for the trip, celebrating his 29th birthday on June 26th.
The imagery coming out of this Australian trip is aggressively domestic. I mean, it is almost jarring to look at. They were spotted at a place called the Byron Bay General Store.
Yeah, the photos were everywhere.
Kendall is wearing this bright blue windbreaker and a bandana, trying to look incognito, but arguably standing out even more. Jacob has a yellow hood pulled up, and he is paying for their stuff at the counter. But my absolute favorite detail.
Oh, the dog.
He is holding the leash of his family's golden retriever, Lila.
The golden retriever really completes the picture of suburban bliss, doesn't it? It is the universal, undeniable symbol of taking the partner home to meet the folks.
It really is.
But when these photos hit the internet, the public didn't fixate on the dog. The viral conversation immediately pivoted to how they actually crossed the Pacific Ocean to get there.
The Reddit threads were absolutely unhinged. People were losing their minds over the fact that a 30-year-old supermodel who is part of a billionaire reality TV dynasty was flying commercial to Australia.
It was a massive debate.
The debates were split right down the middle. Half the internet was calling Kendall too stingy for not chartering a private jet for her new boyfriend's birthday trip. The other half was saying she must be down bad and totally obsessed if she is willing to slum it in a commercial cabin for him.
Yeah, but hold on.
Let's inject some actual logistical reality into this online debate. Is flying commercial from LA to Sydney really a sign of being stingy?
No, it is a complete misunderstanding of aviation physics. Most standard private jets, even the ultra-luxurious ones that A-list celebrities favor, simply cannot carry enough fuel for a 15-and-a-half-hour trans-Pacific flight without stopping.
Wait, really?
Yeah. If you charter a jet, you are looking at a mandatory layover in Hawaii or Fiji just to pump gas. That adds hours of sitting on a tarmac to an already grueling travel day.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of that.
Sometimes booking a first-class suite on a commercial airliner is genuinely the fastest, most luxurious, and most practical way to make that specific geographical jump.
I love that you brought the physics into it because people really just expect endless private jets and explosions from these celebrities like their lives are directed by Michael Bay or something.
Exactly.
But I will take it a step further. I don't think flying commercial is about being down bad or stingy at all. Think about the last time you flew 15 hours.
It's exhausting.
Now, imagine doing that with a brand new partner. If you can survive LAX to Sydney in the same cabin without losing your mind, that is a pretty solid foundation. It actually shows a level of groundedness that you do not usually associate with this echelon of extreme fame.
It is a trial by fire for any new relationship, to be sure. But before they were enduring long-haul flights and strolling casually through Tokyo, there was a massive ideological hurdle to clear.
Oh, yes.
A very specific, quote-unquote, ultra-snobby reason Jacob tried to keep this entire dynamic completely buried from the public.
And we are definitely unpacking that dynamic. If you are loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you are subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead, including how this all ties back to the biggest spy franchise in movie history.
So, looking at how this relationship actually materialized in the first place, we have to recognize that this was not some organic meet-cute at a local coffee shop.
Not at all.
The hyper-visible global tour we are seeing now was actually orchestrated by someone deep inside the Kardashian Jenner machine.
Enter Kylie Jenner, the ultimate Hollywood matchmaker. During the winter awards season circuit, Kylie and Jacob were running in the exact same highly exclusive circles.
Right, because of the movies they were tied to.
Yeah, Jacob was racking up nominations and attending parties for his role in Frankenstein, and Kylie's boyfriend, Timothée Chalamet, was tied to the prestige project Marty Supreme. So they are rubbing shoulders at these elite events.
And the reports confirm that Kylie literally went to Kendall and said, "Girl, get on it, date this guy already."
Which gives us such a fascinating, rare glimpse into the internal networking of the A-list. It led to these heavily curated, epic double dates in Los Angeles.
Picture Kylie, Timothy, Kendall, and Jacob rolling around in a blacked-out SUV.
Heading to an exclusive fanatics party. That is a very specific, incredibly powerful quadrant of celebrity influence merging together in one vehicle.
It's massive. But here is where the psychological friction kicks in. Because despite Kylie setting this whole thing up, Jacob was reportedly dragging his feet on taking it public.
Because of the privacy stuff.
Oh, it wasn't just about standard privacy concerns. The reports claim he has a genuine, deep-seated disdain for the reality TV scene. He was terrified that his identity as a serious, dramatic actor, the guy delivering intense performances in Wuthering Heights and Euphoria, was going to get swallowed whole by the massive Kardashian Jenner media machine.
And frankly, if you study pop culture, that is a highly legitimate fear. We often talk about the influencer industrial complex. The Kardashian Jenner brand operates like a black hole of media gravity. It consumes the narratives of everyone who orbits it. You stop being known as Jacob Elordi, critically acclaimed actor, and immediately become known to the masses as Kendall Jenner's boyfriend.
Exactly. And the tabloids reported that Jacob considers himself on a different intellectual level. He is the type of guy who reads philosophy on set and reportedly prefers to, quote, Nietzsche over taking a selfie.
Well, of course he does.
In fact, one insider actually went on record calling his reasoning ultra-snobby.
Okay, wait, I have to stop you right there. I'm going to challenge the whole snobby label. Are we really buying the brooding intellectual routine?
You don't buy it.
Well, if you are a guy who casually quotes Nietzsche and claims to be above the reality TV fray, why are you agreeing to go on highly visible double dates to fanatics parties with Kylie Jenner in the first place? That feels completely contradictory.
Fair point.
Let's look at this like the movie business. Compare this relationship to a quiet, respected indie film that suddenly gets handed a massive summer blockbuster budget. In an indie film, Jacob is the director. He controls the script. He controls his brooding image.
Right.
In a blockbuster, the studio, or in this case, Kris Jenner's PR machine, controls the final edit. He is losing his director's chair. Isn't that just smart self-preservation? Is it really arrogant to want to protect your artistic brand?
That is an excellent way to frame it. When your entire currency in Hollywood is your craft and your mystique, stepping into a world where the currency is extreme visibility and total access, it's a massive career risk.
Yeah, it's dangerous for his brand.
Look at his past public relationships with Zendaya and Joey King. They were scrutinized down to the micro-expressions on his face during interviews. So yes, calling it ultra-snobby might just be a tabloid simplification of what is actually deep, understandable career anxiety.
But the wild part is, it is working. Despite the massive culture clash, despite the supposed intellectual superiority complex and the reality TV cameras, they are making it work.
They really are.
And when you dig into the why, it actually makes sense. Kendall reportedly loves his brooding intensity. She values her privacy too, which people often forget about the Kardashians.
Yeah, they do forget that.
Plus, she is 30 now. The reports say she is happily enjoying her kidless freedom. She is not rushing to the altar to settle down. He is intensely focused on building his craft, and they have found this bizarre, functional middle ground. It is the classic opposites attract trope playing out on a global stage.
They are providing something for each other that they simply cannot get in their own echo chambers. He gets a taste of unbridled, untouchable A-list glamour, and she gets proximity to prestige, critical darling Hollywood. It is a mutually beneficial exchange of cultural capital.
But of course, whenever you have a pairing that seems this contradictory on paper, the internet is going to refuse to believe it is genuine. And that's not even the wildest part. Later in this episode, we'll talk about the shocking twist nobody saw coming. Could this entire relationship actually be a multi-million-dollar audition for the biggest movie franchise in the world? Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next.
So the fallout from this exact culture clash we've been discussing is why social media has taken this story and sprinted with it. Because Jacob's serious actor persona and Kendall's mega-influencer status seems so utterly misaligned to the general public, the internet is desperately trying to explain it away as a calculated business transaction.
The conspiracy theories are absolutely everywhere right now. If you open TikTok, you will see dozens of videos with millions of views, complete with, like, red string on a corkboard levels of analysis, claiming that Kendall and Jacob are not a real couple.
They think it's entirely fake.
Yeah. They think they are a meticulously planned PR arrangement, and the alleged motive behind it all. Agent 007.
James Bond. It always comes back to Bond.
Always. So here is the context you need. Jacob Elordi is currently heavily rumored to be in the running to take over the mantle of James Bond.
Which would be huge.
Huge. He is 1.96 meters tall. That is about 6'5". If he actually secures the part, he would be the tallest and one of the youngest actors to ever play the iconic British spy. The casting decision is expected to be finalized before the end of 2026.
So the stakes for his career right this very second are astronomical. We are talking about anchoring a multi-billion-dollar legacy franchise.
Exactly. And here's where the internet detectives tie Kendall Jenner into the narrative. Over the last few weeks, Kendall's name has surprisingly started appearing in professional betting markets as a top candidate for the next Bond girl.
I saw that.
So the internet puts two and two together and decides it is a coordinated heist. The theory is that this ultimate Hollywood romance is actually a highly orchestrated publicity stunt to secure their respected spots in the Bond universe.
Like a joint audition.
Yes. The idea is that they are staging this global romance to prove to the studio executives, look at us, we have international appeal, we have the chemistry, we can dominate a global press tour together, cast us.
It is a deeply compelling narrative for people to chew on because it relies heavily on the cynicism we all apply to modern celebrity culture.
Right.
We have been trained to assume everything is a transaction designed to boost a Q score. You know, that industry metric that measures how familiar and appealing a celebrity is to the general public.
Which makes sense on paper.
Dating a Kardashian undeniably skyrockets your global Q score overnight. It makes you a household name in demographics that might never watch an indie film.
But let's really pressure test this theory. Does the logic actually hold up? Because honestly, I am not buying it.
And you are not the only one. If you look closely, there is massive pushback from fans in the comment sections of these very TikToks. A lot of people are pointing out that dating into the Kardashian-Jenner family would actually hurt his chances for a prestigious legacy role like James Bond.
I completely agree with the pushback. If you look at the history of Bond casting, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, Sean Connery, the producers historically favor actors who maintain an air of classic British stoicism and mystery.
They want an unknown, or at least a low-key star.
Right. Being tabloid fodder or having your personal life heavily featured on a Hulu reality show is not usually on the application for MI6.
Exactly. Fans are bringing up names like Tom Holland as a comparison. Someone who maintains a much lower, more controlled profile is usually viewed as a safer bet for what Barbara Broccoli and the Bond producers typically want.
That makes total sense.
They want the character of Bond to be bigger than the actor's real-life persona. If Jacob's real-life romance is dominating headlines every single day, it overshadows the tuxedo.
Plus, let's go back to the mechanics of a PR stunt. If you are paying publicists millions of dollars to execute a high-stakes strategy to win the role of the most sophisticated, suave super spy in cinematic history, why on earth would your strategy involve flying a commercial airline to Australia?
It wouldn't.
Why would it involve walking a golden retriever outside a general store while wearing a primary colored windbreaker?
It doesn't exactly scream shaken, not stirred, does it?
Right. It feels way too mundane. Bond does not stand at the counter of the Byron Bay general store arguing over who is holding the dog leash while paying for coffee.
No, he really doesn't.
Fake PR relationships are characterized by highly styled, perfectly lit red carpet debuts and carefully leaked poetic quotes to Vanity Fair. The messiness, the sheer casualness of this global tour is what makes the PR theory completely fall apart for me when you really scrutinize it.
The mundanity is actually the strongest evidence of its authenticity. It is incredibly difficult to fake the awkwardness of a McDonald's flyby in Tokyo. But the fact that we are even having this debate is so revealing about how we consume pop culture today.
It really is. We take a yellow windbreaker and a bowl of udon noodles and try to reverse engineer an international espionage audition. I mean, why are we so obsessed with doing this?
If we step back and look at the entirety of this story, from the dark corners of Coachella to the wild James Bond conspiracies, it acts as a perfect mirror for our own lives.
Oh, that's interesting.
We are deeply invested in these narratives because we project our own desires onto these stars. We want the cinematic whirlwind romance. We want to see two beautiful people fall in love against the odds.
Yeah, we root for them.
But simultaneously, we project our own cynicism about modern dating onto them. We want to believe in love, but the internet has trained us to suspect a scam at every turn.
That is the perfect way to encapsulate it. And desperately want the romance, but we're terrified of being manipulated by the PR machine. Which leaves me with a lingering question, something for you to mull over after you finish listening today.
Let's hear it.
In an era where literally every single public move, from walking a dog to grabbing noodles in Tokyo to catching a flight, is instantly recorded, hyper-analyzed, and immediately labeled a calculated PR strategy, is it even possible for two highly famous people to simply fall in love without the whole world assuming it's a business transaction?
Yeah. Have we completely lost the ability to just believe what we're seeing?
A profound question for the modern age of celebrity.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.